Hi there, welcome back to my channel. Today we're just taking a general look into the person on your mind. So we're going to look into their energy, kind of where they're at energetically, what they're doing, their energy towards you currently, their thoughts and feelings, and we'll get some messages from them from the Hermit Tarot message cards. And then each deck will start with these oracle cards here from the Lover's Oracle. So, pile one, these two cards, pile two, and pile three. So, you can pause the reading if you need some more time, just whatever image you feel most drawn to. And I always say just go with the first thing that you see and really try not to overthink it too much. Sometimes I'll just close my eyes and just pick a timestamp. See what message spirit wants me to have when I'm watching videos. So, anyways, on to your reading. Hi there, pile one. So, these are your two cards that you chose. We're going to see your messages. Freedom. There is nothing stopping you. The path is clear if you want it to be. Secret admirer. Someone has deeper feelings for you than they are letting on. So, you right away were getting the person on your mind. You could be in a situation where there's kind of some confusion. You're not seeing the situation accurately, like it seems blocked off, or like the other person's not open or interested, but they are. It's like they feel like you're not interested. And so that's what's stopping them. Whereas if they knew how you felt about them, then maybe they would be more open. Yeah, we're already kind of picking up on there's maybe the energy you're giving off is confusing to them, even though you're not realizing that. Okay, so let's look into it more. So we'll just use the original tarot. Oh, I don't know why I flipped it over already because I was going to wait. So I'm seeing this person would like to come towards you and find a way to kind of have you guys come together. Like you're separate, right? You're like opposite from each other in some way right now. Um, and this person is kind of relying on spirit to like bring you together. It's like they don't want to go out of their way and be really vulnerable because they're afraid if they move too quickly, they're going to get rejected. They're scared of freaking you out. They feel like you have a lot of other options. You could have rejected them at some point in the past, so they're scared to put themselves out there again. They feel like they need like divine intervention or for spirit to step in and help them become connected or reconnected with you. We're seeing someone who's really vulnerable, someone who's really open, like the type of person who wears their heart on their sleeves, could be kind of like emotional at times, but they're really trying to work on that. And when they feel like an overflow of emotions, I'm seeing it's like they're trying to give it to spirit or allow spirit to help direct them or guide them. So they don't want to be open and vulnerable to the wrong person or the wrong things. So it's like they trust spirit to kind of guide them and help choose which direction to go in and like when and where and who to be vulnerable to. So this person could have been really hurt in their past, like from being the type of person to wear their heart on their sleeves. It's like other people use that to take advantage of them. So now they're really conscious, like they really make sure that that person is like safe, emotionally safe before they open up and they're vulnerable. So it's like even though they have all of this energy here, they've been really hesitant to open up, like with their energy towards you being the Six of Pentacles. It's like they've purposely held back and not given to you, not been vulnerable, not like confess their love and their feelings. They purposely like hold back their emotions and like withhold vulnerability in certain ways in order to kind of protect themselves, keep themselves safe, like make sure that you're not going to like just be in it for like what you can get out of them, or like take advantage of them in some way or get something out of them and then not match or reciprocate like feelings and emotions. It's kind of like they need you to really show them that it's safe, but they almost are taking it too far to the point where it's like a little bit unfair to you, the lengths that they expect you to go to be vulnerable while they're being like so closed off. So it could be really hard for you to like meet them in the middle because they're kind of not meeting you in the middle because um, I'm getting like they're kind of overly relying on this like divine intervention or for spirit to guide them or guide things along, that they're not then taking enough action in their life to move in the direction that they would want with their feelings towards you. They really would desire to come together, to be able to choose you, to have you choose them, like for you two to kind of rise above everything, like emerge together, kind of like as victors, right? Like overcome the obstacles. They would really like to like choose you or make some sort of commitment to you, but they're not taking action towards that at this time. But yeah, they're like waiting for you to take action towards them. So there again, there's like this a little bit of like an unfair element or energy here in their own life, just where they are. It's like they're in a very uh grounded place. So they don't want their emotions to get the best of them or like their desires, no matter how like passionately they feel towards you or towards any one thing. They're not going to let themselves become like overwhelmed or swept up in that. um they've learned to kind of like control their passions and like temper themselves and stay really grounded even when they feel like really worked up or really excited or whatever it is. There's just like a lot of self control. They could be afraid that if they are vulnerable and they let their walls down with you, it's like they're thinking that it's going to cause them to kind of lose that sense of self control and that sense of boundaries and then go down this path, this kind of like dark path. Like in the past, when they weren't very structured in their life and they didn't have very strong, clear boundaries or like a strong hold over their emotional state, then it left them vulnerable to getting caught up or like stuck in a lot of things they really didn't want to be in, and it caused them to be like very unhappy and unsatisfied in their life. And now they have a lot that they have to work through, like a lot of like BS, if you will, surrounding them that they have to work through, and they feel kind of stuck. And so they're scared to be the one to be vulnerable and put themselves out there first, even though that, like, if they were to just go based off their feelings, that is what they really want. They really do desire to come together with you, to offer you some sort of commitment or stability, to like open their heart to you, share something with you, overcome some sort of obstacle or struggle with you. But it's like they're in a place now where they don't really let themselves just go with their feelings. Um, they don't want to just like chase their momentary passions and desires. This, like, they want to make sure it's a more grounded and stable thing. So it's almost like their thoughts are kind of getting the best of them. It's like they're having a hard time overcoming some pretty dark thoughts and just going with what they think would make them happy. Um, Even though on one hand they do feel like this would, connecting with you or offering you a commitment would make them feel very happy and satisfied, it's like all of these fears of everything that could go wrong, just like the place that they could end up in their life if they allow themselves to be vulnerable and if they choose to like surrender to the way that they feel. It's like then all of these fears come up and their logical side is telling them they could get really trapped and stuck in such a way, when they already feel like they're having to navigate and work through so much. So maybe they feel as though they can't afford to be taken advantage of again or to get like stuck or trapped in their life at this time. Like they wouldn't be able to get out of it or make their way out of it. So it's like all of these things going on, all of these thoughts, all of these um, like insecurities coming up, and then that causes them to like pull back or hold back or be withholding or unfair, or just not communicate with you as much as you are with them, or not like reciprocate the same energy that you're giving them. A part of them could like kind of see how you were starting to give more when they were starting to give less. And so it's almost like they were seeing how much you would do that. They maybe weren't doing that consciously, like they weren't purposefully wanting to hurt you, but just because they've been very hurt in their past or some sort of dynamics in the past, like if you rejected them in the past or something that made them feel insecure in the past, to where now like there was a minute to where like you almost like chasing them or like giving them more energy than they were giving you, maybe like filled their ego a little bit, or they kind of got something out of that. Like it almost made them feel kind of like powerful for a moment, and then maybe they don't like that. Like they don't like the power that they got from that, or that they saw that they could have like power over you and potentially take advantage of you in similar ways that they've been taken advantage of. And then that caused them to pull back because they're like, wow, hurting this person how I've been hurt wouldn't really make me happy. And it doesn't really satisfy me. So it caused them to like pull back and want to kind of reevaluate things. And they're realizing they do feel really deeply for you, they do care about you a lot. They could be working through like a whole mental storm of thoughts as well, like just a lot of like information and downloads kind of rushing in, making them realize. I'm seeing like a lot of fears came up. So definitely like if you were more interested in them or you were giving more than they were, like if they kind of had their guard up or they were hesitant and you were like giving more, it's like it freaked them out and scared them again to be in a position of power over you. They didn't want to do anything to hurt you or for the dynamics to be that way. It's like it wasn't making them happy or satisfying them for some reason. So if you kind of like pulled your energy back, then that could be giving them a realization like, okay, I do really like this person and care about them and want to choose them. It's like I was just triggered and freaked out by how much this person like cared about me or was giving to me or wanted to be with me, right? And then they're realizing like they kind of messed it up or they were being really unfair, like they should have been giving to you more. It's like they're realizing they just got really triggered and tripped up, and that's what caused them to get so overwhelmed or scared. Or yeah, it was like this huge fear they were going to be unsatisfied or overwhelmed with things. They could have been scared that you were going to be unsatisfied and overwhelmed, like if they've been hurt and rejected in the past. It's like they were scared that what they had to offer wasn't enough, and that you were going to just like go in a different direction, or you would feel like you were getting like stuck and trapped dealing with them. Like you wouldn't be, they wouldn't be enough for you. You wouldn't be happy and satisfied with what they have to offer. So it's like they almost didn't offer anything, or like they like held back. And then that could have triggered something in you and caused you to then like try harder. And so then this person realized something about like the way you were trying to give to them really triggered them and caused them to pull back, and it made you feel very rejected, whereas they were pulling back because they didn't want you to reject them. It wasn't actually like them rejecting you. They were just scared you were going to reject them. So they pulled back before you could. They stopped giving before you could. This other person was going through like extreme lengths to protect themselves. So, like, yeah, like, say you guys talked in the past and then it didn't work out, or you were the one to end it, or you rejected them. Something could have happened, or someone else could have rejected them in the past. So, something that you did in the connection could have triggered them to think that you were eventually going to be unsatisfied, unfulfilled, unhappy, reject them at some point. So then they stopped giving to you first, which then triggered you to maybe chase them, and it like triggered them even more. But what I'm getting here is like this person is having a lot of like profound realizations, or they're getting a lot of clarity. It's like they're able to kind of like cut through a lot of the energy that's around them and start to like make sense of everything here, everything that's going on. They're starting to come to like an understanding. Oops. If you had to set boundaries with this person, they like totally understand. Um, they understand they were being like unfair, and they understand that it's like the way they were coming across is like they weren't genuine, or they didn't have good intentions. Even if they are a genuine person, like somehow the way they were presenting themselves to you was unbalanced and unfair and wasn't representing that. So it's like they understand if you had to set certain boundaries with them. And I'm hearing it's like if you had to like set certain boundaries with them because they were being unfair, it's like they're almost more attracted to you now. Like if you got very angry with them and like drew a line like in a firm but like loving way, I just heard that almost like turn them on. Um, yeah, they're like definitely attracted to that. Like it maybe shifted something. Um, or if you're like about to go through a situation where you're going to have to set like very firm, clear, loving boundaries, it could really trigger this person to have a lot of realizations, to see like their energy that they're contributing, how they're being unfair, like they're projecting a lot of fears onto you, realizing like they should just go with how they feel and stop overthinking it so much. Yeah. So I have my King of Swords in the reverse. Like, oh, go off. Okay. Um, it's yeah, like a boundary had to be set, and it's like you weren't able to communicate in your usual like very conscious and compassionate. It's like having to set a very firm line even if you're doing it in a loving way. It's like causing this person to really wake up and realize like they have not been seeing things clearly, right? They've been, like I was saying before, just like projecting a lot of fears, um, just creating a lot of issues based off of their own personal stuff. It's like they're the biggest thing creating the block from happiness and fulfillment. So, yeah, it may take some healthy boundaries here in order to, because from the very beginning, we're getting this energy of they're not going to be open with you and share how they feel unless it's like they see that it's safe, which is good, that's fine, but it's like the extent that they need the other party to go to in order to feel safe to open up or to be emotional, to be themselves, etc. It's like unfair, unbalanced. It creates an unbalance in the relationship, and so then it's like you as the other person, I'm sure, wants to validate them and wants them to feel safe and wants to go about things in a way that makes them feel comfortable, but you also don't want to sacrifice yourself in the situation or go against what's fair to you. So sometimes we're forced into a position in the connection where you have to walk away, or you have to set a boundary, you have to do something even if you don't want to, just out of like self-respect, right? Or um, because that's what's healthy for you now. You have to put yourself first or take care of yourself. So that's kind of what I'm seeing here. There's a lot of like mutual love. You definitely really care about this person. They really want to be with you, but it's like hard for them to just go with what they feel and move forward in the ways that they want to. So it's like things from their past, like maybe in the past someone else didn't follow through and make the same leap and do the things that they needed to do in order to make the connection work. And so now they don't really trust people. They just have like a lot of fears and insecurities, but it's not anything that like you've done to them. Um, I'm hearing they're going to have this realization that like all the reasons why they didn't trust you or necessarily feel 100% emotionally safe, it's like they're going to realize that has nothing to do with you. It's like their own stuff that they were kind of like projecting on you that they need to like work through, or almost like cut through the BS and like the noise, the outside noise, in order to be able to see things clearly and see that like they're the biggest thing standing in their way, right? There's nothing stopping them. So I feel like this person who has not been fully honest about their feelings is going to realize they're the biggest thing stopping them. There's really nothing else. There's literally nothing else stopping them or roadblocking them from being able to have what they really desire, what they really want. Um, it's just like their own stuff. So, um, yeah, you could have recently kind of had like a bit of a fight, or that could be kind of coming up. So we're going to look into, yeah, whatever is happening is kind of like for the best, to help to like trigger this person to see your side, see your perspective, see where they could be being unfair. So we're going to get some messages from them. So I think we should slow down on the bottom. So with the bottom of the deck, that's kind of like the underlying energy. And so I feel like that's the place that you're coming from, right? Again, like you may have had some conflict, or you recently will. So it's like that's where this person's coming from. And then it's like triggering you to feel as though you need to kind of set a boundary, or to just realize like, okay, something is really just off or like not fair about this other person's energy. um Kind of like, I deserve better than this, you know. But this other person, it's like they're doing all these things in order to avoid hurting themselves more or going through more pain after having to go through something difficult in their past. So again, they're just projecting like a past rejection onto you or something from the past. So we're a lot of like clarity is coming in, um, and just like realizations from them to understand like why they're doing all this. So I left because you told me to, you matter, I'm ready, I could be your hero, and yeah, nah. So I was just thinking with this, yeah, nah, like that could be Like if you are kind of walking away or they are scared that you're walking away, then they have this energy of like, yeah, nah, like I'm not about to um let this person walk away or let this person have this image of me. um I'm just really getting like they want to like turn things around and then now come towards you and confess how they really feel, like be more open and honest, be there for you in some way or like come through for you in some way. It's like finally being ready to like take that step or take that initiative to have the confidence to like be there for you in some way or like step up or step to the plate in some way while also finally opening up and letting you know like how they really feel about you or how much they really care about you. Kind of like explaining this, something in your energy was kind of telling them that they would be rejected or that you would ultimately walk away, or that you would not be happy and satisfied with what they had to offer. Like you would feel like trapped and stuck, and it wouldn't make you happy or it wouldn't be enough for you. Like you wouldn't be fulfilled. Um, but they could have realized they're like projecting that onto you. Like with this, yeah, nah, it's like they're realizing that maybe isn't how you felt or what would have happened. Again, they're just like projecting that. So it's like they don't want you to walk away. So right when I was thinking that with this card, could be this like, yeah, nah, I'm not about to lose you. I got like a ringing in my ear. Um, so that's definitely the main energy I'm getting from that. So that's all the messages that I have for pile one. If you watched this far, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And I just wanted to say one more time, all of the personal reading options in my Etsy store are 15% off right now, um, for a few weeks. So if you're seeing this video like way after it's posted, that might not be happening anymore. But for a few weeks after this is posted, all of my readings will be 15% off in my store if you're interested in getting a personal reading with me. But if not, thank you so much for supporting my channel by watching this video, and watching this far. I really, really appreciate it. And I hope that you have a great, great day. Hi there, pile two. Everyone that chose this image here, we're going to take a look into the person on your mind. Your first message is sacred union. Honor and treasure your relationship, for it is truly sacred. So that's a very beautiful message. So this person on your mind here, you and them obviously have a very powerful and spiritual, like divine connection with each other. You could be like a power couple, power team. So let's get some cards here. So in this connection, you could have recently went through like some difficulty. You could be going through like a testing time in the connection or the relationship. You're experiencing like some blockages, some roadblocks, some things that are really not working out. Something disappointing could have happened in the past. The other person could have been kind of like harsh with you. But generally, it's like this connection does make you very happy. You could spend a lot of time connecting with others, like going out, having a good time, just having like really positive experiences together. But then there's times where this person seems like cold and detached, and you don't truly understand. There could have been like an argument in the past that's causing some blockages or just making it difficult to know exactly how to move forward. I'm hearing like you don't know if you're making like a mountain out of a molehill or like crying over spilled milk, um, because there's like some hidden or unseen things or elements. Like there's some things that you don't know. Like there could be some things that you're kind of scared to like know the truth, um, to know like this person's truth for whatever reason. The other person is showing up in an energy of someone who's like rushing with the Knight of Swords. They're like being hasty. Um, they're not thinking things through. They're not coming from like a logical, grounded, sensible place. They're kind of triggered, like moving really quickly, kind of putting the cart before the horse, or like falling victim to some sort of like drama around them or like chaos around them that's then causing them to like move hastily or quickly or to just react really quickly. They're not like taking the time to be really grounded and see like everything around them, like everything. They're coming from a very triggered, like emotionally charged place, like very passionate, but their passions are a little bit like displaced. So they could have been like say they haven't really been working on themselves and investing in themselves the same, like they kind of fell off like the self-care bandwagon, or like doing certain things to keep them grounded and kind of keep track of their own energy, if that makes sense, kind of keep them in check. Like say they have like certain steps or like things that they do, like they had to go to anger management in the past, or they had to go to AA or something like that. And they learned like all these tools and skills in order to keep themselves grounded, like be able to work on themselves, take care of themselves, check themselves. It's like they're not utilizing any of those tools or any of those skills. They're kind of falling victim to, again, like this chaos around them, drama around them, uncertainty, like letting people kind of trigger them. They're reacting based off of their environment rather than taking the time to like look within and ask themselves like, okay, who am I? How do I want to approach this? How do I want to react to this? So with their energy towards you, they're very much regretting something. They feel like they made a mistake, or they said the wrong thing, or they did the wrong thing, and it's causing them to, that's part of what's triggering them to be so reactive at this time. They don't know how to fix it. Like they don't know how to kind of turn it around and like make it right or make it better. they don't know how to like put the pieces back together. Like a part of them feels like it's out of their hands, it's out of their control, like there's nothing that they can do to rebuild it or to put it back together. Like they're scared they're not going to be able to fix it like the same way it was before. Like now that the cracks are there, like they can do as much as they can to fix it or mend it, but like with this here, how it says honor and treasure your relationship, they don't feel like they did that. Like they feel like they did something to hurt you or to trigger you, to disrespect the relationship. Like they created some sort of storm that caused some sort of damage that they do not know if they can come back from. They don't know if they can fix it, if they can rebuild it, if they can repair it. I just heard they don't know if it's like worth fixing. Like you may feel like that, like you, because it's with the moon, like they're so in the dark, like they don't know. Like you may feel like it's more of a burden to try and fix it. Like you may feel as though there's like too much water under the bridge now, there's too much damage, like it may be um too heavy of a burden for you, like because they don't know and they're kind of in the dark, then their mind is feeding them like all these like illusions. um so yeah, they really don't know like if to you if it's even worth fixing or worth repairing, or if you want to go through like the effort and the energy to like rebuild together. So that could just have them kind of like triggered. They're just like hastily, like whatever direction they're moving in at this time, they're like rushing. They're kind of rushing in without like really thinking it through. So again, they're not like using their tools to keep themselves really grounded. They're not like checking themselves or investing in themselves before reacting based off of their passions in this moment. Um, or they could have done that, and then that's what kind of has them like in a state of regret. But then it's almost like a cycle of self sabotage where then they keep reacting off of their emotions, and then they trigger themselves, and then they react more, and then it's like a cycle, never ending cycle of just always reacting based off their emotions. With their feelings towards you, we have the sun. So there's a lot of love. They have this like innocent, childlike care for you. They see you as this very like warm person. You have this very warm, loving energy that kind of radiates. They feel like your energy is very healing. They're very drawn towards you, like you're a very magnetizing, mesmerizing person. You fill them up with a lot of love and joy. Seeing joy here. They feel like your energy causes other people to like bloom and blossom and grow. Um, with the sunflowers, like they open towards the sun, right? So they want to, they're like drawn towards you. They feel inclined to like come towards you, open up to you, shine light on you, like radiate their love towards you. Very beautiful energy. They feel like they don't know if it will be worth making the investment to build and fix and repair things to you, but they feel as though it's definitely worth it to try, because there's something about this connection that either reminds them of their childhood or being a child, or you could have children together, like young children together, so they feel like it's worth it for their family, or you're connected to their family in some way, or like you just remind them of their inner child. They want to have a child with you. They could feel as though like having a child would like help kind of fix things and heal things. That sounds really bad. You should never ever have a baby, but that a baby for that reason, but that just came through. Like they may feel as though like if you were to take the next step and have a family together, it would be very healing for both of you. Um, But yeah, you never want to have a baby just to fix the connection, but they feel like it would bring a lot of like healing, lump, loving, like warm energy, like a purpose into both of your lives. Like it would help to heal, like that type of childlike energy would really help to heal the connection. So regardless, they could just be like you help them tap into like their inner child. um it's like you help them remember another side to themselves, like who they truly are, this very innocent and vulnerable part of themselves, and that brings them like a lot of joy, a lot of happiness. There's a lot of things they want to share with you that they haven't shared with others since they were young, since they were a kid. They could associate being really vulnerable with like this childlike version of themselves. And so it's like they feel safe to give you their inner child, even though they did something to kind of like hurt you. They feel like they made some sort of mistake, like they were harsh or critical or just didn't see things in a compassionate way in some way. Um, like if they would have been using a more childlike, innocent part of their brain, then they would have had like a different reaction. And so they feel as though you bring that part of them out and they don't want to reject that part of themselves anymore. They want to like run towards that part. It's like they want to deconstruct in some ways, like back to how they were when they were younger. So you bring out some sort of like pure innocence or like pure joy, something they haven't really felt or experienced in a long time, but they don't know. They feel like they're in the dark as far as like where you're at and how you feel and whether you reciprocate this energy. So that could be why they're like rushing. It's because they don't know where you're at, what you're doing, like what's going on with you. So yeah, they're not like stopping to kind of think things through. Like they're just doing it. Like they're putting it all out there. They're like rushing or running towards you at this time, especially if you had previously gotten into like a fight or something and you felt like they were very harsh with you. It's like they can't get to you fast enough to show you something. Like they could have something they want to give to you or to show you or to like explain. Yeah, their biggest fear is that now that this happened, you're going to just see them as like a red flag, or you're going to see their red flags, and they're not going to be able to like get what they would desire, or it's you will be scared that they won't be able to fulfill you emotionally because of like these red flags that you've seen. So they could be like praying for you to be getting some sort of like signs or like alignment in your life, to where you'll be more open to them. They're very scared that you're not going to be open to them. Yeah, you could have recently set some boundaries with them. We just had that energy in pile one as well, but this pile, the energy is a bit different. But one thing that's similar is like if you did finally choose to like stop stressing about it and just set some boundaries, it's like that really triggered them, or like in their mind that made you even more desirable to them. um, it kind of lit a fire under them to where they're like, okay, I would maybe lose them and not get what I wanted here because they're going to be so concerned about something that I'm showing them. So they feel as though they need to like rush towards you to like make amends or to fix it, or like a part of them is so scared that it's just like this irreparable damage that they're like, okay, I can't just accept it. I need to move towards this person and do anything I can. They're like that much more attracted to you now. They just really don't want to lose you. So instead of stressing about it, they've just like resolved that they're going to just face it. And it's like they've turned within themselves and found peace and acceptance, knowing that they absolutely have to do something about it. Like they can't just let it go or like let it go to the wayside. Yeah. They feel like you are going to reject them. You're not going to want to be vulnerable to them now. Like they've made some sort of big mistake or they really hurt you. You're not going to feel safe to be open to them. But again, like whatever happened, like they obviously, like your reaction, again, it's like almost was more attractive or made you more desirable because this person is very aware that they did something wrong. Um, they did make some sort of mistake. So you like properly holding them accountable, like triggered them into this position where they're like, I have to make some sort of action or take some sort of action, even though I can't see where the other person's at and where their energy is. It's like, I have to do this anyway. So very similar to pile one, but not at the same time. So that's kind of interesting. Um, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just get some messages. So they could be really waking up and realizing too, like, I cannot lose this situation because this is like a sacred union. Like they're realizing they did not honor and treasure this connection like they should have. And so it's like they wouldn't blame you if you were just done and you felt like it wouldn't be smart to move forward because of things that you've seen and you just wanted to protect yourself. um, but they know that they could get like emotional fulfillment out of this, like now that something's been challenged or tested in some way. It's like they're waking up and realizing they should have treated you better, they should have given you more of a commitment, just like honored your energy more. So I am coming. Trust is your first message coming out. So yeah, they're definitely like rushing towards you. um I don't know why the word honor just really stuck with me when I said it. Like they really are realizing like they should have considered it like an honor to connect with you or to be in your presence. Like they should have shown you more respect. They should have shown more respect for your time. They just overall they feel like they kind of like fumbled in the way that they were handling you or approaching the situation, and now it's like they want to rush in and make amends, but they don't know if you will go for it or be open to like working on it and trying to rebuild now. But to them, they want to because they feel some connection to like their inner child through this relationship. Or they could like want to have a family with you or want to start a family with you, or you could have a child together. So it's like worth it to them to put in like that extra effort, or it's like, again, they don't want to lose their family. They don't want to lose like what's sacred and important to them. Like they're waking up and realizing their family is like the most important thing. They should have been focused on that, prioritizing that. Yeah, like rushing to make amends. Maybe yes on the bottom. So they would definitely um, say that if you have any questions for them or if you're curious about anything, it would be yes in a positive way. Like if the answer being yes is a positive outcome with like the yellow on the card. This split off. So they could be curious, like how you feel. Like they're curious, like, are you falling apart like they are? Like, do you even care? Would you even want to rebuild it, or are you just like completely done and wanting to like protect yourself and not be vulnerable anymore because of the red flags that you've seen? They could be really scared that you are connecting with someone else, or if they connected with anyone else and you found out about it, that could be a big thing that they're really feeling like they made a huge mistake choosing someone else. If they did something like that and they never communicated it, they are like, it's like they know that you know, or they know that you are concerned that that was something that was going on. They definitely feel like they made a huge mistake and is causing them to realize like how sacred and important this is in comparison to something else. Or they don't want you to meet someone else and think that it's like easier and better with someone else and kind of give up on what you guys have. Um, is like they know if they don't come back in and communicate things with you, then you are going to find someone else. Also, if you could have like recently set a huge boundary with them, how I was saying like that almost made you more attractive or more desirable, a big part of them could think like the reason why you're like done and over it and you don't want to work on things anymore is because you've met someone else. So that is really triggering them to like rush in ASAP, um, without even really thinking it through, because it's like they can't stand the thought of you finally being done because you've met someone else or you've connected with someone else. Like that's really scary and overwhelming to them. Like they don't want to lose their family or lose someone who feels like family to them. I'm addicted to you. I am terrified. So I definitely feel like they are terrified that you're going to move on, or that something that they did will cause you to just be totally done with them and over it. And what do you want? Yeah, they I feel like they would ask you that right away because they just want to know like right away if you're just totally done with them, if you're over it, like if they have any chance still. Yes is still on the bottom. It's like they want to know like, is there any possibility, right away up front? Like they almost have so much anxiety about it, they wouldn't be able to like just like talk to you and like casually figure it out. Like they would just like right away just be like, where are you at? Like this is how I feel. What do you want? Um, like blurt it out like in a really abrasive way before you even have time to like get settled. There's like fear and panic energy coming through very much. And it's like the only thing that makes them feel better, gives them a sense of resolve, is like deciding, okay, I'm going to do something about it and I'm going to like take action and come towards this person and communicate what is going on. So, yeah, that's all I have for pile two. If you're watching this video at the time that it's being released, or close to it, then you may still catch my Etsy store. All my personal readings are 15% off right now, for a few weeks after I post this. So if you're interested in that, the link will be in the description box. But if not, thank you so much for watching this video this far and supporting my channel. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a great day. Hi there, group 3. Welcome back to my channel. We're looking into the person on your mind. This were your images. We have only time will tell. So this card, this person is crying. There's like an explosion of love, but it's also very emotional. So you could be dealing with a connection that you're not sure if it's going to help you heal or if it's going to hurt you. And spirit is kind of saying only time will tell. It's like you're not really getting a clear answer because there could be something to learn here. It's like regardless, this is going to help you to expand. It's going to help your capacity for growth and for love, and just make you like overall a stronger person. So there's definitely something that you're meant to learn here, something you're meant to experience. And you will get a lot more clarity about whatever your question is in time, one way or another. Imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities for your life. So you could have just met someone new and you want to put yourself out there, but you're scared to get hurt again, or you're still kind of sad and hurt from something from your past. And so it's a little bit scary, or it's just difficult in some way to like put yourself out there and be vulnerable because you're scared it's going to go the same way. It's going to hurt you again. Right? Like you just don't know for sure if it's going to help you to heal or if it's going to be the right thing because it could be so new. And so Spirit's already kind of giving you this advice that you can kind of stop overthinking it and open yourself up for new opportunities and new possibilities, right? Like just imagine it going well as well, right? As you run through like all of the things that could go wrong and all the ways you could get hurt. It's like try thinking about everything that could go right and how positively this could change your life. Like imagine it does all work out and you get everything that you want, or imagine it doesn't and you're still okay in the end, right? And you meet someone else and it all ends up okay and it's all worth it, right? So spirit's kind of giving you that advice to just like release your fears and anxieties regarding the situation, firstly. So I definitely think this is like a new connection here, where you don't have a lot of like history with this person. It's like all just like open. So you could be going into this, you just have like really strong boundaries. You're trying to put yourself first, not get too swept up in your emotions. This energy is really alluring to this person and is really drawing this other person in, or it's very attractive to them. Like they can see that you're someone that they're not going to like be able to easily like trigger or get stirred up or to like convince you to do something you don't want to do. And that very solid grounded energy, like that you have boundaries with people you don't really know, is very attractive to them. It very much makes them like want to come towards you and like move out of any sort of unhealthy energy that was in the connection, just kind of like rise above. Like they see you as very emotionally mature, and so that makes them want to like change their ways, bring like a balance into their life so they can come towards you or approach you. You could be different than like other people they've connected with. Yeah. So, yes, you are making them want to like change and be way more grounded and stable. So, if this person in their past was the type of person that would like um, just like swing one way or the other based off of their current desires or whoever they were like attracted to at that time, or someone who was like unstable, immature, not ready to kind of step up to the plate, they are just so attracted to you. It's like they want you so much, or they want this opportunity with you so much that they're willing to come out of that or like change their ways, move away from an energy or a space that they were in before that was unproductive to the connection. Okay, so and then we have here um with this what serves me. So we have the Eight of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. So they've been caught up in things. They've been investing themselves and their time and their energy into things that don't serve them and don't get them towards what they want. Like they want to be able to have like a family, to be more grounded, to be like more stable in their life. And so they're starting to look at like what is really serving them and what's not, what they need to take with them and what they need to leave, what they need to change in order to get where they would like to be. They don't want to stay like complacent or stagnant with the Hangman in reverse. They're unsatisfied with where they are currently in their life. With the Seven of Pentacles here, they feel like they've been like chasing their tail for a long time, or they planted a lot of seeds and they've been really, really patient, and like where they're at currently, things are just not paying off for them, right? They feel very lonely. They feel as though there's something that they can do to change things, though. Um, they need to just kind of like look at their surroundings and look at their life currently and just ask themselves quite literally, like, what is serving me and what is not. Um, so they're taking that little like time out to figure out what is staying, what's going, like how to move forward. But they don't want to stay stuck in this energy that they're in right now. Like they want to make a change and move forward. For sure. They feel like they really think that you would make them very happy, very emotionally satisfied, bring a lot of fulfillment into their life. Whereas the way they were living their life before was not making them happy, not making them satisfied, not bringing that fulfillment. Like they were always like searching for the next best thing, or like waiting for things to get better, or like longing for something that they were not able to like attain, or they just couldn't ever quite get there. Um, they just became really unfulfilled, unsatisfied, unhappy with like always chasing the next best thing. And they realize like they're never going to get there unless they take that time out to invest in themselves, or they have the patience to see something through. So they're realizing they need to like do things in a different way and invest themselves and their time and their energy in a different way, so the end result doesn't have them right back in the same place or like feeling stuck and feeling lonely. So they really want to like take an initiative to make a change. They're also very attracted to you. They really admire you. Like they have a lot of passion for you, but it's not like in their past, like how they usually are with people, where they're like very drawn to you and very attracted to you. And then as soon as they see something else shiny, they're just going to go on to that. Like it's like something about your energy has caused them to shift and like want to take things more serious, like with their feelings towards you with the Hierophant. It's like they feel way more serious about you than anyone else, like that they've came across. They feel this like spiritual connection. They feel like you deserve like a commitment. They really feel like they have to step up to the plate in order to offer you like what you deserve, but you have made them want this like deeper, like higher level, more spiritual commitment. Like they feel like you have more to offer. There's more depth to you. You're just like a deeper person. Like they have like a soul connection with you in a way that they don't connect with others. So it's triggered them to like really want to take this initiative towards you. And they know that in order to do that, like first they need to work out some dynamics in their own life. Like they need to kind of really take a look at, again, quite literally, what's serving them and what's not, and what stays and what goes, and um, like the best way to go about things. So they're kind of in that right now, but they just, it's all with the intention to be able to come towards you in a more serious and stable way, more grounded, like to be able to offer you more, um, with the intention for the two of you to have like more long lasting emotional fulfillment and happiness, and just like a really positive connection. They don't want to like run away from things that scare them. Like before, once the relationship got to like a more heated or passionate place, or it got to that place where they had to kind of like work a little bit harder and like invest a little bit more, right? Once it was like more work, then they would just kind of get scared or like run away from that intensity or that passion, and then just like chase after something else that would be like easy. So it's kind of like grass is always greener. But there again, there's something about you that it's like caused like a change in them, or them to want to take the initiative to really like step up. They're very like sexually attracted to you as well, and really just like drawn towards you. You have a very magnetizing energy. They feel inclined to just like open up to you emotionally. Like they feel very safe around you. You bring them just a lot of happiness and joy and fulfillment that they haven't really felt in other connections. And so they're not really like in this place where they're searching outside the connection for more like they usually are. If you have like really heavy boundaries, or it's like kind of hard to access your energy, then that's very attractive to them, or that's one reason why they're so attracted to you and so triggered to like make all of these changes in order to be able to connect with you in a deeper way. They see you as kind of like a divine counterpart here. Like they're also the type to have very strong boundaries with others, or to be very protective of their energy. And so they feel like you guys match each other well in that way. They also feel like you would be a good match. Like you would look good together. Like maybe you're both very attractive or something. So they feel like your energy matches theirs. Like you would just look really good together. But you would also like protect each other. Like you're both equally very passionate. And so you would like protect each other's heart. Um, Something about just like matching each other's energy. Like they feel like they finally met their match. They could feel like you are kind of like a soulmate or like a twin flame or something. Oh, as my cat is coming to join us here. Come here, buddy. Oh, sorry. My male cow is very drawn to our reading here. So I'm going to get some messages. With this one, it's not as like, it's not coming through quite as in depth as the other ones, just because I'm just getting like this is like a newer connection, so there's still a lot of possibility here. Come on. Anyways, so there's still a lot of like possibility here, and it's very open. So I feel like spirit doesn't want me to get like too deep into it or to kind of like muddy things. I feel like that's partially why my cat is doing this as well. Just don't think I'm supposed to get like super in depth here. The main energy, we just have someone who's really being triggered to change their ways. There's something about your energy that's very attractive and making them want to like step up and evaluate their life and like what changes they would need to make in order to be able to come towards you and connect with you and have you feel like safe with them and trust them to open up. So yeah, again, like if your energy is really hard to access, it's like not just anyone can connect with you. That is really attractive to them, and that makes them like want to make changes in order to be able to come towards you even more. Like they want to be able to be someone that gains that access to you. So it's like they're going to look at their life and think like, okay, what do I need to do in my life in order to be worthy or like get to that place. So they're with the high priestess, this person's like studying up spiritually. Like they're like looking within themselves. They're doing like soul searching within themselves to try and figure out like the best way to approach you or approach the situation, the best way to move forward. So, um, there could be you could be in a place like a stage right now where you're having to have a little bit of patience with the connection, like this person's just not quite ready yet, and so it's like you kind of have to wait to see what's going to happen. And also you could be really questioning like whether you should trust them, whether you should give this person access to you, like with the Queen of Wands, right? It's like you don't let just anyone in, you don't connect with just anyone. And so you could be really asking spirit, like, is this person worth my time? Are they trustworthy? Should I give them like a chance, essentially? So spirit is saying like only time will tell, and giving you the advice to just stay really open-minded and imagine all things going well and working out right for you. Like imagine this person really is doing that inner work to see like how they can come towards you and connect with you in a really authentic way, and just kind of trusting them and spirit to get there, kind of, or it's just that the connection will get there, that it could, there is the potential to bring a lot of happiness, a lot of emotional fulfillment, to have something really grounded, like to have a more spiritual, higher level type of commitment. So trust that spirit's not going to like bring you to something that's not for you, or bring you to something that's going to test or challenge your boundaries in a negative way. So let's see what this person would say to you. I lie awake thinking about our future. So I do feel like this person, I want to start a family with you. Like they do care very deeply for you, and there's a heavy energy right now of like trying to figure out um, what to do and how to get there. But they're not just staying stuck with the hangman in reverse. Like they are taking a lot of action, and they're trying to free themselves in other areas of their life in order to be able to come towards you. So they had to like take a personal retreat, like step back in order to evaluate like the best way to free themselves in order to come towards you with the best energy, rather than coming towards you while they're still kind of stuck in their life in other ways. So it would say love heals, love is the answer. With maybe. So they're still kind of like thinking over different options or different ways to approach you, and being like, okay, maybe this would work, maybe this would, like they're still in this place of like, what's serving me. Like they're still trying to figure out everything they need to do in their personal life in order to like know for sure that you would reciprocate and like say yes and feel the same as them. So they could like, they feel like, from this I'm getting, it's like they want to give you like a truth elixir, or like give you something in order to get the truth out of you and like your true feelings, or to get you to kind of like lower your walls and lower your inhibitions, um, in order to get more out of you, or to like know more about you. Or they see you as, again, like strong boundaries, like you don't let just anyone in, or you're not open to just anybody. So there's a lot of like mystery. They're very attracted to you and drawn to you, but they also like, there's so much they don't know, or they don't understand, or they wish they could like get to know more. And so they could feel like, yeah, sometimes it's like, man, I wish I could just like get them drunk and ask them, you know, what they think about me, or what they would want, or um, they feel like that would really help them to get to the bottom of things. Speaking of that, we have you are my everything on the bottom of the deck. You already know. So again, they're still in this place of like retreating and trying to figure out, it's like they want to be good enough. They want to come towards you when they have the confidence to feel like not only will they be good enough, but you will like for sure reciprocate and like feel the same way. So yeah, I still don't have all of the answers in regards to everything, like what stays, what goes, like exactly how to approach this and how to navigate it. They don't know exactly 100% at this time everything to do, but they're like working on it. They're like actively working on making changes in order to be able to come towards you and offer you a more serious, like higher level commitment here. But it could take some time. Like they're working on planting some seeds in their life and making some investments. So even though they're still lonely in this season, it's like they feel like they still need to do a few things or work through some things, or like again really figure out what's serving them and what's not. Like they have to sift through that and like work through that. um yeah, it's like you already know that this could be something really good, but a lot of like fears and insecurities will kind of pop up. um so again, spirit just wants to remind you, like only time will tell, and the time is going to pass the same anyways, so we may as well remain open to things shifting radically and positively in our favor at any moment, at any time. You never know what could happen. Yeah, so that's all I have for pile 3. If you watched this far, and thank you so much, I really appreciate it. If you're watching this reading around the time that I'm posting it, then you may still catch 15% off in my Etsy store for all personal readings. But yeah, if you're not interested in a personal reading, then I just want to say thank you so much for still supporting me, supporting my channel. I really, really appreciate it, and I hope that you have a great day.